Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All good? What started as pre-Christmas training, and after the break into the heat of the summer, the pre-season that led into kickoff in April, We are here now, the all-important grand final day, what everybody works for, but it comes down to two, our minor premiers, Cabramatta 2 Blues and the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers for the under-16s ones Parramatta Eels Junior Rugby League Competition Premiership. And this game is brought to you by ITF Hire, who delivers premium portable toilets, temporary fencing and A-class hoarding, backed by reliable and competitive pricing, trusted by builders, event organisers and projects of all sizes. ITF Hire keeps your site moving. Our minor premiers, Cabramatta, haven't lost a game since all the way back in round one, with a very different looking team yet to taste defeat since then. Won the minor premiership in the last round. Had a win over the Hills Bulls right at the death on full time to book their spot here today. They were first for a reason throughout the season, but here to challenge them. They've taken every scalp except this one this year, is the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers. It's an under-15s team that's pushed up an age group to challenge themselves this year. Extremely stacked full of talent, as are Cabramatta, but this is the last victory they have not got this season. They've conquered all the other four teams, but Cabramatta, the minor premiers, are the one that stands in the way of a premiership here today. And the lineups, let's go through them now. For Cabramatta in jersey 1, Elijah Al-Hazim. The 2 is William Meme Epe. The 3 is Vaya Akawola. The 4, Josiah FRT. In your programs, number 5 was Seth Savea. That is now Alexander Motuliki. The 7 is Salatielu Tamati. The 8, Michael Helu. The 9 is Denny Abu Hamid. The 10, Winston Tahi. 11 is Lololamai Otawata. The 12 is Retrick Smith Jessup. 13, Hino Deshima Tayapa. 14, Brennan Rodawallace. 15, Kingston Marchong. 17, Jaden Tapuai. 18, Isaiah Veve Fretton. And the 20, Jaira Fenene, and their coach, Joshua Morgan. Extremely proud of where they started to where they've finished. Had some hurdles along the way, challenges with schoolboy football, injuries, reps and rugby union, as has everybody. But here in the grand final now, and hoping that that defeat in round 1 is the only one they will have for this season. But on the other side, let's go to the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers lineup. In jersey 2, Jacob Saman. The 3 is Tristan Gabriel. The 4, Harrison Moses. The 5, Drake Stockham. The 6 is Levi Perrott. 7, Dante Ciafelli. 8, Dion Haynes. 9 is Spencer Sorensen. 10, Tommy Jackson. 11, Ryan Kanakis. The 12 is Jake Capavella and captain. 13, Flynn Manua. 14, Alexander Mogridge. 15, Karen Jackson. 17, Divine Talafo. 18, Malachi Setafano. 19, Righteous Robert. And the 20 is Shama Essera. And their coach, Paul Kanakis, extremely proud of his troops and where they've got to, stepping up big this season in the age group for their own benefit and their development. And as I said, conquering everything along the way. A surge at the back end of the year as they got players back from representation, schoolboy rugby union and all the challenges that are posed. But here today on the biggest day of the year, grand final, up against the benchmark and the standard that has been Cabramatta, our minor premiers. And year 3 of our match of the round for the under-16s 1 competition comes down to this at Ringrose Park. Sun starting to disappear, still a bit of light with the sun, but we've got the main lights on here at the ground as well. And again, I think during the season, they only met once. It was with shortened lineups for both teams, only having 12 of their squads, having to borrow a couple of players. That was all the way back in round 2. But here today, almost as close to full strength as what they could be. Cabra, no Caleb Leia-Tower, Harold Matthews, halfback. No Seth Surveyor, and on the flip side, no Henry Arenga, Olarima, see you. But here it is for all the chips. Who will be the premier? And the start, not the one they were looking for, the Tigers. Ball goes over the head of Saman. And Cabramatta, from the bounce of that one, cruel to start this one right down the middle of the field. And the young Tigers will be defending. There's Levi Perrott, quick with the dropout. It's Tamati and now Tahi. Strong every game in the match of the round this season. With the first carry of the grand final. And now Rhoda Wallace out to Ma Chong, who's had an underrated contribution these last few games particularly. Now left side, out the back of shape, Al Hazim, Abu Hamid, now to FRT. across the year. It's been a real standout and continues to impress. Had a big semi-final with a double. 2 pass back infield now to Helu, the leader, and also a try scorer as a prop. Deploys himself on the edges and through the middle of the field. Good width. Abu Hamid shows twice, drops to Tayapa. Another one who can find the line. He's the 13 and play 5 now. Rhoda Wallace comes right to Tamati. Off the boot, goes for the corner, trying to get a contest. Coming through! It's coming down with it for the first try. First set of the grand final. The number 2, William Meme Epe. And the perfect start for the Cabramatta 2 Blues. The minor premiers with the kickoff. The evil bounce of the ball. They get the set. And for 5 plays, they pepper the line, but the crossfield kick from Tamati lands on Meme Epe, who returns from injury today. And the first 4 points and control to start this one for Cabra. 4-0 with a kick to come. And that one brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. There is no fear in this young Tigers lineup. Conceded the first points last week and haven't been afraid to go the distance, fought their way back and scored last week on full time. The Setafano try in the corner and the fight back against the Bulls. Dogfight against the Concord Burwood Wolves. They won that one on full time from a kick contest. And then week 1 elimination final, as they did in the last round, played the Greystanes Devils and found a victory there. But Cabra, the last win that remains on the checklist. And they're going to have to do it from behind, but plenty of talent in this stacked side. Almost every player, literally part of a development system, a pathway, rugby union or rugby league. But massive contributor this season, Denny Abu Hamid wearing the 9, but moved into the halves when Leia Tower got injured. Also our top point scorer, but unable to convert with his first one there. Product of Westfields. Has had a great contribution. And the versatility, whether it be playing at 9 in the halves, has been a big part of the success of this team, has Abu Hamid. Also, their leading try scorer with 6. And now set after points. 4-0 we play on, and a great carry again from Tayapa. 25 centre field. Rhoda Wallace goes to Tahi. Blunt force trauma through the middle. The choice early on here. To the 35, the Tigers get numbers in. And now right with some width. They go to Fanene. Deployed on the right-hand side here. Versatile player who we saw last year for Wentworthville in this under-16s grand final. The ever-dangerous Al Hazim has proven a handful in every match of the round we've seen. Slicing through defenders. Now width for Tahi, links with Abu Hamid, drop back under for Helu on the edge and tries to plunge through the middle. And good metres and a great set after points so far. Helu a bit slow up there, hopefully he's okay. Rhoda Wallace, Tamati, double pump show. Drop there for Akawola. Play the ball, Rhoda Wallace sees space, goes in behind and takes them on for 10 plus. And still rolling here. Tamati, left side, Tayapa shows inside, shows outside. Threatening Tino Tayapa, and play 5 comes. Pushing it in the ruck here, but now Rhoda Wallace steps to Abu Hamid, tips it on, got numbers, going for the corner. Al Hazim keeps, loses the football, trying to offload. But in the process, referee says that one's touched. And they will get another set, but Al Hazim with the numbers. Tried to solve that one himself, but luckily the ball touched. And 5 minutes into this one, football all Cabramatta so far. And the Tigers with a big set here with this scrum 10 metres out from their line. See what they can do from this left-hand scrum line. 4 to the right. And they've got a man tucked in behind, which looks like the fullback. Late movement to the short side. Tayapa comes across, trying to isolate. Al Hazim goes for the line and cashes in. The trick play, the crouch down, and peekaboo. There's 4 points for Elijah Al Hazim. And Cabramatta go bang, bang, left, right to start this one. 4-0 with a kick to come. In full control early doors. But the scrum play, 4 to the right. Tuck the fullback in behind, who crouches down in the last-minute movement. Tayapa does well to take that from the 13 position. Draws and passes, and Al Hazim, rinse, repeat, try again. Tries to plunge his way in and does so. An 8-0 with a kick to come. That's another one brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, and payroll needs. It's now on the boot of Denny Abu Hamid, but the second try brings the 2-score advantage for our top point scorer this year's competition, and the second leading point scorer on the other side, and an opposing half, Levi Perrott, the left footer. 96 points for Abu Hamid on the season, 94 for Perrott. Abu Hamid looking to add to his tally, but Al Hazim's contribution at the back end of the year, moving into the 1 jersey after playing mostly on the wing. He's been extremely dangerous. Don't underestimate the ball playing there of Tayapa as well. Abu Hamid wastes no time. Doesn't hit that one the cleanest, and it goes to the left-hand upright. The left boot still warming itself up, but Cabramatta 8-0 here early, and the advantage in this one. 23 to play in the first half of this 16-1s Parramatta Eels Junior Rugby League Grand Final. And now the Young Tigers again from the kickoff. Perrott tries to drop one shorter, and it dips late. It's very well cleaned up there by Jaden Tapplewhite, who attacked the football. And now Rhoda Wallace to FRT. And Josiah FRT with a good carry, gets 3 in and over the 40. Centre field. Rhoda Wallace, Ma Chong uses his outside man to draw attention away and pick up 10 plus. Good support play also by Tahi. And now a bit of width to Tamati. Shows and tries to go through. Gets the arm free but loses the football. And first touch of the game now for the Young Tigers. Ciafelli straight away to Capavilla. And the captain goes on the attack. A good grassing tackle by FRT. And here we go. 0 tackle, and now Tahi. Some physicality to Gabriel, who certainly enjoys it. He won't shirk the task. And Saman cuts straight through. The grass from behind there. And a good clean up, but rolling now. Spencer Sorensen spins, takes 10 metres and keeps rolling. Dangerous, the New South Wales Triple C hooker. And now Manua with Tommy Jackson. Plunges through the front door. And a very productive first set here for the Tigers in the attacking 20. Sorensen down left, Ciafelli short to Khan Jackson. Well defended down low, the hard running back rower. Play 5, Sorensen tries to dig one in, goes backwards and grounded. And the dummy half gets a result for his team. And the Tigers now with a chance to set up camp and try and apply some return pressure to the Cabramatta side, but Spencer Soren there, very dangerous early out of dummy half. And the Eels pathways and the football factory that is Patrician Brothers Blacktown, but was the Combined Catholic College's New South Wales hooker for a reason, as Tommy Jackson comes off the back fence. A jewel in rugby union and also rugby league, also in the Eels system, as is this man Capavilla. Big for them in every game we've had, and gets to play the ball. Width coming here. Shovel across. Righteous Robert spins his way forward off the outside hip there of Manua, and Sorensen out the back of shape. Ciafelli across to Setafano. Tries to go for the corner. Fends away and dives in. And they strike back here, do the Tigers. 8-4 with a kick to come. And the man who scored the one to take the lead in the preliminary final, Malachi Setafano, gets out the don't argue, gets his way to the corner. But a nice pass there by Ciafelli. Rips it across the face of the shape there, gets him on the outside of the defenders. And Malachi Setafano puts them on the scoreboard. 8-4 with a kick to come. That's another one brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, and payroll needs. Now Now the pink boots and the duel of left footers, you don't see him very often, but Danny Abu Hamid left footed, as is this man Levi Perrott. Dual sport player in the Eels development system and attends the King's College, but also part of the Waratahs next gen program. And not the start that both left footers are looking for. Out wide to the left, and 8-4 the score remains. But they show their potency and talent with their first set of the football to the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers. And we've had two very differing grand finals last year. Obviously one that you could not bank your house on. You could walk under a ladder, step on 10 cats and break a bunch of mirrors. And then year one, we had Golden Point. What does year three dish up? So far, points, excitement, and plenty of energy. And Abu Hamid to get us back underway. Hits that one centre field, and Perrott this time. They clean up the kickoff, and here comes Jackson off the back fence, winding up. Finds Helu. Multiple other bodies, and they try to put him in the shopping trolley to the sideline. And he stays in, and now Perrott, great width off the touchline to find Capavilla. And a handful as always, three bodies in. They struggle to bring him down, and he leaves a man behind. Now Sorensen to Manua, working his way back through the ruck. And now a penalty comes on top of it, saying the markers are not square. So set after points, now turns into a repeat and a chance for Perrott to kick them to better field position here and go straight back on the attack. And it's a good left boot all the way up to the 40, and wasting no time, Tristan Gabriel plunges into the defensive line, trying to find his feet. Perrott dishes back to Capavilla. Forward lean for the back rower. Now closing to the 20. Sorensen to Jackson. They swarm to him, but keeps his feet with three in, does Jackson. Sorensen again. Good width to Cioffelli, shows twice under, across to Saman, who's trying to find a way through. Handled here very physically. Akawola with the shutdown, and now back to Khan Jackson, who almost splits them, but play five. Quick play the ball. Sorensen whips it back. Perrott zings it through the air, out to his centre, and Gabriel bodies there. Chip and chase, and well cleaned up by Al Hazim. And Cabra do well to negotiate. Back-to-back defensive sets, but now out of yardage. Skipping across shape here. It's a great run by Tapuai. Tapuai gets them to the 20. And now referee says move to play the ball, and then width again. It's Tamati. Slings one across here, and they bring it to Akawola. Up to the 30 after two plays. Al Hazim, always dangerous to the middle of the field, but two there to greet on the 40. Rhoda Wallace with Abu Hamid, whips one out to up FRT. FRT cuts back infield. A couple of fends just short of the halfway for play five. As Abu Hamid grasses one here and hooks it back for Saman, who's on the bounce and on the move. Good return by Saman, who's done a fantastic job since moving to fullback. Another one in the Eels development system is Harrison Moses. Standard yardage work for him, loves the tough stuff, and greeted there by some big bodies. And now Stockham with his first touch, another one off this very, very busy back five. And Sorensen for Saman, who wants another touch and drives through Wallace. Almost goes through again, but Saman generates the momentum. Sorensen rolls the short side. Perrott with a cutout pass, and then a greeting party. FRT into the wheelbarrow. And onto the back goes Gabriel. At play five now. Deep back to Perrott, who hangs it up in the night sky, and well taken there is William Mema Epe, who rounds around and comes into open space. Foot races on, but good cover tackle from Setafano. Just when you thought he was on the brink of breaking free. And start on the 40. Now straight into the attacking half. Al Hazim. Width coming from Tamati to Abu Hamid, and now Tapuai. And now play the ball. Tip back infield. Ma Chong with the football. Wrestling here on his feet. Can they bank more points? Or can they place some pressure here? Tayapa, short to Tahi. Comes out the other side. Gets to the fullback. Winston Tahi, and a great tackle by Saman. But play 5. Pressure still here. Long pass to Tamati. Rips one across. Footwork back in for Akawola. Another offload. Tap backwards. Al-Hazim with the football. Can't get rid of it. And great defence by the young Tigers. The pace, the power and the pressure, and this one continues, and still 13 minutes remaining in the first half. End-to-end football. Now Cabra trying to put a clamp down here. First one from Gabriel, and now Jackson. Tommy Jackson. Centre field. This is a great battle of the packs. And now Jackson again. That was Haynes before, sorry. Dion Haynes and Jackson doing a good job so far. Now touch back. And picked up. And the feet bouncing across shape here. Trying to link up or find a pass. Beats a second, then a third. And Stockham eventually brought to ground. There's now Setafano into the reliable Khan Jackson, who breaks free a couple of tackles. Gets the fend out and still going. Khan Jackson, solid as they come in terms of contributors in the back row. And now play 5, trying to get the sand wedge out. Gets an ugly bounce, but cleaned up by Tapawhite. Capavilla and co come. And into touch late, I thought, but referee's call here that it's fair game, and this could prove a big moment for the young Tigers. Into touch, and now a scrum feed, centre field, 15 metres out. Sorry, not a scrum feed here. We've got to play the ball from the touch. And now Jackson, or not Jackson, sorry, that's Haynes, and Haynes almost goes right through the middle and leaves a couple of bodies behind. Dion Haynes almost plunges his way, but Jackson goes the next one and tries to find the grass. And the 1-2 punch of the big front rowers does the damage. And the repeat set coming from the kick chase after Perrott lobbed one over the top, and Capavilla and Gabriel come. And then the 8 lays the line in big Dion Haynes, and followed up by Tommy Jackson. And we're all locked up, 8 apiece with a kick to come. What a duo of front rowers. Dion Haynes, that Pats Fairfield, another one who played New South Wales combined Catholic colleges in the 15s, and also Eels and Waratahs pathways. And Tommy Jackson at Barker College is in the New South Wales CIS 15s, the try scorer, and also in the New South Wales Waratahs and Eels setups as Perrott. Waste no time in that first conversion of the match to take the lead. 10-8 the Tigers, and another try thanks to Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, and payroll needs. The front rower matchup, Helu and Tahi versus Haynes and Jackson. And still to come, big bodies. You've seen Tayapa. Going to have more introduced into the match. Veve Fretton, always damaging. Retrick Smith-Jessup. Devon Talafo will make his presence felt, no doubt, when he gets onto the field. And he's standing on his feet, so he's not far away. Righteous Robert. Great middles in this matchup. And now Perrott down to the try scorer in Jackson. And they drive him back to the 10. Good defence. Now infield to Capavilla, who skips across. And a good run. Now trying to fight his way up. Trying to appeal for a penalty. And now Manua comes to Haynes. And Haynes with the arm free, trying to find a pass. Dion Haynes holds onto the football. And now Sorensen rolls the short side, plunges through. They clean him up. Awfully threatening so far, the number 9. And 6 again called. Cioffelli for Manua, who uses Talafo on his outside well. Almost pokes his nose through. In centre field, Sorensen with a marker off. Tries to get forward and then cleaned up by Retrick Smith-Jessup, and a referee says that's high. Now right on the attacking half with 9 minutes to go in this first half. A real good chance here to extend this lead as Talafo comes off the back fence. Divine Talafo. Get a big impact for them in all the finals games coming off the bench as Manua goes forward and busy through the middle third early. Is the very versatile Flynn Manua. Seen him play at lock, operate on the edges, and also at hooker. It's Capavilla back under, tries to crash his way through. And now 10 metres out, 10 in from touch. They go with Talafo, and the power game continues here. He can't quite break through. Centre field a metre out. Haynes off shape. They go flat through Sorensen, trying to fight his way down. And they do the job for now. The threat continues. It started with Haynes and it started with Jackson. And now Jackson rolls into Talafo. Play the ball for play 5 now. Whipped across to Cioffelli. Pokes one through. Al-Hazim there. Knocked on. What's the call? First touch comes from the chasing team of the Tigers. So Cabramatta do well to defend their goal line. Off the back of that, possession now. 7.5 remaining in the first half. An imported yardage set. Josiah Epati puts his hand up for the tough one first up with a set line. Now Tamati comes across to Tapuai, and a penalty. Offside there, and on play 2, chance here for a free 10 metres and the touch finder for Cabramatta. And can flip the field and get back to work themselves in the attacking half. Salah Tamati with a good right boot there. Clips off 20 plus. And now right on halfway. Set will start with Helu. Helu comes long. Shape with Fanene. And the halves link up together and all the way across here. The ball comes with Vaya Akawola. And well defended by Moses. And now Meme Epe long back in field and laid off short to Lolo Manaya Otoata. Good width. Fanene links up with Smith Jessup, and Talafo introduces himself and gets penalised. The referee saying shoulder only, no wrapping motion. And I'm sure that won't be the last time we see the big bodies combine. Now centre field talking about the two with 5 minutes to go. Clearly considering this is going to be a tight one. They've decided from 30 out in front that Abu Hamid, the leading point scorer of this competition, can kick them back to even at 10-all. And the kick to win them through to the grand final. The grand final qualifier against the Hills Bulls. Only a couple more metres than this and in a similar position. Now on the big stage, the grand final. That extra 10 metres, even though almost in front, can be difficult sometimes, just visualising with the strike. Abu Hamid over the football. First two weren't pretty, but no mistake this time. And Danny Abu Hamid locks us up here at Ringrose Park with 5 minutes to go in the first half. It is 10-all between the Cabramatta 2 Blues, our minor premiers, and this red-hot All Saints Toongabbie Tigers team, looking for the final scalp in this 16s competition, that is the Cabramatta 2 Blues. We tick just under 5 minutes, and Levi Perrott gets us back underway with his left boot. Down to Tapawai, and now Isaiah Veve Fretton on the field. Yi Young Manly Harold Matts player. Now Hellu with a big fend down that left-hand edge. Some good touches early from Michael Hellu. Now width across to Teapa. Very reliable is the lock. Does a hell of a job every week. Now a change. Jara Fanene operating out of dummy half as Otta goes to work with good leg drive. And now the old mouse trap as Al Hazim tries to slice through, beats the first and almost a second. And on play 5 now, Fanene back to Abu Hamid. Rips that left boot back across shape, and pressure coming for Saman. Almost leaves it, gets it back and beats Tapuai. And a great kick return to boot from Saman. More than an adequate recovery as he rips off 40 plus metres. Jacob Saman having an absolute whirler of a game so far. And play 1. Perrott trying to link up, gets long across here to Gabriel, who tries to break his way through. And Abu Hamid recovers, but play on call, and he goes again. And surging is the number 3. So physical with his runs, violent almost. Stockham follows up. He comes back infield. Now almost 25 out across to Kappa Villa. Comes off the right boot. Wrestling here with Teapa, who drives him into the turf. Near centre field now, 15 metres out. Sorensen shows to Talafo, lays off for Haynes and legs. Dion Haynes was building, and play 5 now. Sorensen left side, comes across Ciafelli, but this time the whip across shape and the bodies aren't there. It's behind all 3 runners. And 10-all the score will remain. Dion Haynes, if not bootlace by Otta, could have been on his way to the promised land, the big prop. A change over here with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 10-all. It kicks off with Elijah Al Hazim again. Some brilliant touches by him so far. Always dangerous through the middle. And also another good carry here and been some good yardage work. As Tahi plunges in, followed up by Veve Fretton. Over the 40, quick play the ball. Fanene gets moving early with Abu Hamid. Back inside for Al Hazim. Beats one, gets into the backfield. Capavilla covers. And moving well. 25 out centre field. They come across to Tamati. Out the back of shape, Abu Hamid. Now across to Akuwola. Tries to roll one through. Saman off the bounce. Does well again. And the young fullback just pops up everywhere, anywhere, at the right time, and always on time. And since the kickoff, it has been an absolute delight to watch. And now a play the ball error offers up a massive chance. Ref says roll ball, all lost in the ruck. Angle was blocked. And now, not happy with maybe a bit of back chat as we hit the minute mark and things are rolling fast. Cabra need to get moving here. 50 seconds left, full set. Referee delaying things, they need to get going, and they do. And now Isaiah Veve Fretton centre field, skips across. Manuar important tackle, 40 seconds, across shape. Tahi drives his way. Dumped down a metre short. Fanene out of dummy half, tries to drop back under for Veve Fretton. Call is held up. 20 seconds left, need to move quick with this play the ball. Time running out. Chance to take the lead on half time, and he's not moving. And the clock is now stopped here at the ground. So 20 seconds, potentially 2 plays. Abu Hamid lays it off short. And taken down there. Wants a play the ball. Fanene, double whip shape, goes himself and goes awfully close. Not quite. Last play, here it comes. Before half time, Tamati Crossfield kick, trying to get a contest. Meme Epe gets it again! And William Meme Epe with the AFL style mark bodies the opposite number, taps it up, gets it back. And the call, hold on a second. A moment of elation. And the call from the touch judge late is a no try. And a penalty and tapped and kicked into touch. And it's 10-all at halftime. And everything and more you could have expected for the third year of our Match of the Round live stream in this 16-1s Parramatta Eels Junior Rugby League competition. 10 apiece for two fantastic rugby league sides, and we look forward to more in the second half. But this game is brought to you by ITF Hire, who delivers a premium portable toilets, temporary fencing and A-class hoarding, backed by reliable service and competitive pricing, trusted by builders, event organisers and projects of all sizes. ITF Hire keeps your site moving. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but certainly don't need a Red Bull, a coffee, or any more energy with what we've just seen. But I'm going to go take a quick breath, try to regather my thoughts, and we'll return for the second half of what has been a ripper. First up for the grand final for this 16-1 competition, 10 apiece between Cabramatta and the Tigers, who will be our premier. Back now for the second half to conclude the season for our match of the round. 16-1's Parramatta Eels Junior Rugby League competition. The minor premier Cabramatta 2 Blues, who haven't tasted defeat since round 1. 10-all locked up here with the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers. A year-young side who's moved up to challenge themselves. In this 16s competition, both teams stacked with pathways players for Parramatta in particular, and also a handful of other clubs, some rugby union representatives as well. And it's all on show. If you haven't seen the first half, do yourself a favour and go back and watch the replay when you're done. End-to-end excitement, great physicality through the middles, power and skill through our outside backs, and a great touch of class by the halves. It's all to play for here. 30 minutes remain, 10 apiece. Who's going to be our premier? And this game brought to you by ITF Hire, who delivers premium portable toilets, temporary fencing and A-class hoarding, backed by reliable service, competitive pricing, and trusted by builders, event organisers and projects of all sizes. ITF keeps your site moving. To start this half off, Hebe Fretton follows up the work of Tapawai. Started off through the middle. Now ball across and the shirt almost off the back literally. As Helu back under from Abu Hamid. Follows up the work. A good first set after points. To the sky they go, and pressure comes from the kick chase. Doing well in the end under that one. And now Saman back to work through the middle of the field. Now to Capavilla. Capavilla breaks from the other side. Clean air, full back to beat Al Hazim. Offload to Saman. Can he clip it on? And Barty bounces away. And the young Tigers rolling. Long bit of width here from Kanakis. Parrott zings one to the wing. Stockham cuts back in field. Now trying to find their way 10 metres out. Gabriel from dummy half picks up, goes to the short side, and he's over. Christian Gabriel shows to the open, ducks back in behind the markers and splits the defenders. And a quick fire response here. First set for the Tigers. Capavilla breaks through the middle of the field, and then the offload followed up by Saman. And Al Hazim left in the back play, a number short. And then down the short side, trying to get things done. Stockham cutting back in field before Gabriel looks with the eyes up, sees the bodies on the out, and then gets his way back through defenders and in behind the play the ball, selling the dummy to plunge in for a grand final try. And that's another one brought to you by Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. And Elijah Al Hazim is back to his feet and on the move. And at 14-10, Levi Perrott. His left foot here. Can he make it a 6-point lead? And this time drags it across the face. 14-10 the score remains. Conversion unsuccessful. But a great start here. And opposing the other way around in the first half. They made the error off the kickoff, and Cabramatta scored with their first set. The Tigers here, after the power game from Cabra first up, clean up the kick well and go 90 metres. 14-10. Now from the boot of Danny Abu Hamid. Drives that one into the lights here at Ringrose, and coming forward, awkward bounce and off the chest or off the hands. The argument doesn't matter. The referee's call had a better view than we did, and he's called a knock on. And disaster set after points. 2 kickoff errors, 1 in the first half. First play of the game proved costly. This one turned out to be the same. Now 15 metres out, middle of the field. The great scrum play with Al Hazim tucked in behind, not happening this time. He's on the shape on the left-hand side here where they've got 4. 2 to the right. We wait for the feed. Late, he goes to move, then comes back, and Abu Hamid goes to FRT. Josiah FRT still fighting in metres and more. Now they're trying to show him the sideline. And the ball eventually taken. Referee blows another penalty. They'll reset here. 5 in from touch, 10 metres out with Fanene. Abu Hamid talking with his troops. That's where the ball goes, and he lays one into Helu to get them closer to centre field. And now on the 10, 20 in field this time. Width comes from Fanene, and Abu Hamid shows twice under, goes out the back to Tamati, sells the dummy, spins his way free, throws it offload. Abu Hamid loses the ball in contact, and a knock on. And the Tigers' defence comes up trumps there. That offload for a minute with Tamati almost slicing his way through. Cleaned up by Abu Hamid, but the arms come over the top before he can pull it into his chest, and unfortunately loses the football. But now inside the 10 metres, have to go to work with their line speed. They go left with Saman, and the footwork almost sees his way through into the backfield again. Been a nightmare to handle out of yardage, and now Capavilla from that play, the ball plunged into the turf, and a great tackle there coming from Rhetoric Smith-Jessup, another year-young Harold Matts player at Parramatta. And now Haynes bumps away from the first and goes again. Dion Haynes play the ball. Kanakis comes to Talafo. Talafo plunges over the halfway line. Now Perrott out the back to Saman. Thinks better, puts it away, and then gives it to Gabriel. Goes inside, outside, and eventually brought to ground for what is now play 5. And Saman comes up limping. Perrott to the night sky. Goes to the air. Coming down, tough assignment, and pressure coming from Manua, flashing through, but Al Hazim does well to evade and pick up 10 metres. And now out of yardage. Tapawai rolls the short side, beats the first. Good carry by him. Just past the 30, and now infield. Abu Hamid takes a carry to try and help out. He's driven to the turf. Stockham infield helping. Now 2 pass across. Vaya Akawala to the outside, gets the fend out. And a good run by him. Across the face, just over halfway. 2 pass back in again. And now trying to fight his way forward. It's Ottawata for play 5, and from the attacking 40. Abu Hamid hits one in behind. Tapawai wants to land on Stockham. Spins his way through with a good tackle there. It's Jaden Tapawai. And now an error out of dummy half from Saman. FRT straight on the ball and moving. Beats a couple. Cuts back straight before Capavilla cleans him up. And Cabra, great chance. 0 tackle. Winston Tahi. Only a metre short. And now Fanene. Dummy half. Double pump. Now long to Tamati. Long again across the face of shape to Meme Epe. Tries to get the ball out to Akawala. He thinks about offloading and then holds. Now out of the corner, trying to go. Meme Epe goes through the line. And William Meme Epe with a grand final hat-trick. Short side dash. And sorry, not the hat-trick. He was denied the one on half-time. Too excited, Mamai, but William Meme Epe hits back. And after running on the back of shape there, trying to set up Vaya Akawola, sees the quick play the ball, sees them on their heels, and plunges his way through the defence to score. And 14 apiece with a kick to come. The back and forth and seesaw of this grand final continues. And that try is another one thanks to Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, and payroll needs. Not any easier again this time for Danny Abu Hamid. all the way out near the touchline. Preferred side for the left footer. And a chance to take the lead back. Meme Epe made his presence felt in the air. But speed to burn there, created the space on the outside for Akawola. Before using that speed to convert to power and punch his way through. And now an interchange. Talafo, after his stint, swaps back for Tommy Jackson. And on the flip side, middle for middle, Hino Teapa back into the action. And Abu Hamid this time drives it through and takes back the lead. And the left footer gets the radar right when it matters. 16-14, Danny Abu Hamid takes the lead as the crowd goes wild. And again, a hell of a day here at Ringrose Park, grand final day. But the rowdiest bunch by far, this last group. And don't we love it? Now the kickoff. Tapawai to Veve Fretton. Big contact there with Capavilla. Play the balls quick. FRT comes in for a touch. Building nicely into this one is the centre. And now Fanene across to Teapa. Back to work. Shows it short and then goes into the line. Up to the 40 now. And width. Tamati. Back under. And tackle got a little bit messy there. With Otawata. And now Tahi straightens things up. And into the attacking half for the kick they will be. Zinged back by Fanene. And Abu Hamid trying to land it on Stockham, and Tapawai trying to close space again. Now trying to show the sideline. Momentum gets in there, or does it not? But a penalty's coming. And that's always the question. Players, respect there between them for the effort. FRT tries to help Tapuai, but maybe one pull too many. And now from the 20, Perrott trying to shape a penalty kick here for some metres. Does well to pick up 10. 16-14. 18 minutes remaining in this grand final. Back underway with Gabriel. Good carry by him, and now Capavilla. Numbers around him, and his legs tuck under. That's an awkward tackle. And Suitcase there. Is Gabriel being tended to by trainers now. And Tommy Jackson back on the field. Veve Fretton making sure forward progress is minimal. And now whips to Saman. Pressure in the outside. Cuts back infield. Brought to ground. 25 out. Kanakis rolls short side with Sorensen now operating out of the halves position. Brought to ground on play 5, just inside the 20. Kanakis rips it across. Perrott hits that one low and fast. Pulls up a metre short, knocked on and cleaned up there before it could be picked up by the Tigers. But another set of 6 is coming. Pressure on that kick as that one comes off Tapuai, but good clean-up work by Abu Hamid, sweeping through on the live football to make sure it's not a free 4-pointer. And now a scrum. Centre field, 16-14, Cabramatta over the Tigers, and we've got 17 minutes remaining. Can they conjure up their own scrum magic like Cabra did with Al Hazim and Teapa? 4 to the right. Going to be fed here by Saman, who rips to the left. Sorensen out the back of shape, trying to create a number, but they're awake to it. Gives it out, trying to find the way to the corner. Taken down there. Looks like off the touchline, trying to plunge in there from dummy half. Unable to do so. Still trying to work out of that corner. Now with Serafano. Now Kanakis across to Manua. keeps that one and tries to fight his way in. And taken down in a big way. Now a penalty to boot. And another set of 6 coming. They're looking at the 2 points. Lock us back up again, but they're going to play on, and the tee's gone out, but it's too late. Going across the front of Shape and trying to barge his way in. Very, very close is Dion Haynes. Now Kanakis over to Perrott, off the right foot, tries to get low. And body's there for him, he's right on the goal line. Kanakis tries to go short, and the crash play stopped again. The middles, Haynes tries now to Jackson, trying to do what they did last time, the 1-2 punch, and he's pulled up short. Now Kanakis, long left-hand side, across to Sorensen, double pump, hit short, and try time! Plunging over off the short pass there. Beautiful play, Spencer Sorensen. The sea of bodies blocked the picture, but I think it's the back rower and Khan Jackson. And we wait for a call here. Touchies, referees, everybody in, but the 4-pointer awarded. And after getting caught up through the middle for a couple of plays there, good width coming from dummy half, and then ripped across. Sorensen moving from 9 out into that halves position. Does well, shows like he's going to play at the back of Shape, and then hit short. And grand final try again, 18-16, the back and forth. This time the punch lands for the Tigers, who have the lead. And Levi Perrott off the left boot. Waved away and to the left-hand side, unsuccessful. So not a great night for the goal kickers, but 18-16, that's another one thanks to Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting, payroll needs. That may be a factor at the back end of the game. Time will tell. A nice piece of Shape. And well played as it come across the face. Now, to get things going, Abu Hamid, 13 minutes remain, 2-point lead to the Tigers. Deep here and juggled and just held in the end by Saman, but a nervous moment. Kickoff's not been happy tonight for the Tigers, but Haynes with the ball. And now Jackson off the back, plunges through, finds his front. Quick play the ball. Kanakis. Capavilla wanted on the short side, but open again, Haynes. Don't think he's had a spell yet. It's been a big stint by the number 8. Now Kanakis, double pump for Sorensen. Long ball across and put down by Essera. Operating on the wing. But not the happiest of passes on that set. It started with a juggle and it ended in a similar fashion. And now the scrum for Cabra. Or a play the ball, sorry, as it went over the sideline. Just short of the 40 with a chance to immediately hit back. We wait for the referee's call to get moving again. First up, middle of the field. Play the ball and out the back of Shape. They go to Helu. And Helu keeps his feet operating out on this edge. They come back centre field. Marchong, Tamati Long, Abu Hamid now across to Akawala. Almost breaks his way through the line. Keeps his feet. Abu Hamid now in the dummy half. Gives that one across. Otawata in the 11. Centers the attack. Now Tayapa links with Abu Hamid. Number Meme Epe. FRT. One-on-one. Brushes away. Offload for the corner. And Jaden Tapawai is the beneficiary. But Josiah FRT did a magic to work that pass out. Gets the arms free. David Blaine handcuff style. And it wasn't the prettiest of offloads. But Jaden Tapawai does enough to find his way in the corner. And they hit back 20-18 with a kick to come. These two just will not stop trading blows. And 11 minutes remain. And that's another one thanks to Omnia Business Solutions for all your accounting, bookkeeping, consulting and payroll needs. A good piece of shape there. Long passes, and then Mema Epe, who's been deployed on that right side, sweeping around in the fullback role, which he's played throughout the year. Gets the ball to FRT, and he had bodies on him and had work to do, but as he's done across the season, continues to show his great ability in contact, strength to get that offload out, and Tapuai, good urgency to find his way over the line. But now Abu Hamid off the touchline. Said it hasn't been the happiest of night for the left footers, but he got the radar working from the right touchline last time. And from Khan Jackson's try, we flip back to the opposite corner of the field for Tapuai. And time off here with 10 minutes remaining. Approach from the left footer, and it's looking pretty good. It's raw, waved away. The radar was there, the legs just weren't, and it drops in front of the black dot, and 20-18 the score remains. And a ding-dong battle here at Ringrose Park. Championship minutes now, we're into single digits, 9.5 remains. Cabramatta 20-18 over the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers. 4 tries apiece. And now Teapa off the kickoff. Hino Teapa lays it centre field, and FRT sweeps around from the left. Good leg drive as he's almost to the 35, just short of the 40. For Nene. Out to the right for Tamati, and almost slices through. Does Tamati. Now back centre field. Sweeping. On the shape there. Motuliki in the pink headgear. Now across with Teapa. Shows the ball. Good footwork. Pushes Perrott away. And almost 20 plus there. Trying to get a one-on-one as Perrott. And play 5 just inside the 20. Short side. Abu Hamid holds it. Hesitates. Kicks. It's play on. And Perrott cleans up, but he's knocked it on in the process. And the pressure will continue. The football on a breakdown in the kick option there when he almost threw it back inside to a runner for Abu Hamid, but the deflection, and it works out well in the end. Perrott, good urgency to get on the football, but unable to handle. And now another scrum play with 8 remaining, 10 metres out. And do they have something up the sleeve this time? Field position generally dictates how you can play. 10 metres out, 20 in from touch. Doesn't look like much trickery. They've got 5 to the right long side. They're not man on here, are the Tigers. Teapa goes across to Tamati. Mema Epe tries to create space to Motuliki. And Motuliki's brought to ground. Short side. They go from dummy half, and again they plunge their way through. And another try for Cabramatta, and the error proves critical. And like that from dummy half. And wait, the calls come in here. Referee, call from the touch judge. We've missed that one. But it's a no try, and we get back to action. They dodge a bullet there. And Saman tries to spin his way forward. 20-18, the score remains. And now back through the middle of the field goes Jackson, gets the fend out and rumbles for 20 plus. Quick play the ball. Sorensen, Capavilla in behind the ruck. 5 short of halfway. Leaves a man behind. Sorensen to Manua. Ciofeli back on the field now, and Sorensen back into dummy half. And now Teapa's down in back play. They're a man short in the line. Sorensen shielding there as he rolls through the middle on play 5. Tangled up with Ma Chong. Now they get to play the ball. Perrott runs it on play 5 to Gabriel with FRT, who puts him in the wheelbarrow and dumps him. And play on still. Stockham, short side, tries to find a kick. Players in front of the ball though, and it's cleaned up by Cabramatta. As Ottawata now 5 metres short of halfway. Goes to Fanene. Fanene just inside the attacking half now. As FRT is being tended to and the bodies are starting to feel the burn in this final. And now Motuliki bounces away from one and then into another. 6 minutes remain. Fanene short and in behind the ruck and footwork by Tapuai. Offload for Tamati. Tries to go for the posts. Tigers scrambling. Bodies everywhere. Fanene, dummy half. Pressured. Ball goes backwards. Play on. Abu Hamid. Down with the football, centre field, and it's play 5 now. Fanene comes to Tamati, tries to chip through the air, backwards to Motuliki, play on called, and defended there by the Tigers. But maybe a chance missed there with a breakdown on play 5. And the Tigers now a couple of metres out from their line. Play the ball with 5.5 remaining. Now with Saman, plunged through the legs there. Motuliki with a good shot. Great contact first up. And now rolling forward. Jackson and then Ciofeli across to Talafo and a penalty given for offside. And that's a big moment as Perrott wants to get things moving. And up to the 25. Off the boot, gets all of that and then some as he drives it into the opposing half. 30 or so metres there. And now quick tap. Gabriel goes to Capavilla, bounces down that short side. Almost gets his arm free. Up to the 30 and now a 6 again given for the ruck. Long pass to Sorensen, laid in for Talafo. Beats a couple, carrying 2 centre field. Now just past the 20. Shape both sides. Left side, Manua. Out the back, Ciofeli. Long pass to Saman into the corner. Across to Essara. Essara brought to ground. Operating out of that corner. Setafano back in field. Laid into Khan Jackson. Trying to get a double. Jackson. They turn him away for now. Sorensen rolls from dummy half, plays out the back of shape for Manua, who loses the football. And the tackle from Helu does enough to dislodge the ball. And Cabra hold on. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Scrum feed here. 10 out from their line. And time off called by the referee. 3.5 minutes exactly remaining, 20 to 18. Cabramatta with a 2-point lead. I'm sure just a safe carry this time off the scrum. Abu Hamid though, width straight away to Tamati, and they want to get things moving with Akawola. And now off the sideline with Motuliki. Back in field, Tamati with a dummy, then sells another. Lifted there awkwardly, but eventually put to ground and hard to see with the bodies in front. The call comes from the touch judge. And Tamati pops back to his feet. He looks for a quick touch finder. And with 3 minutes, big set here in the context of this football game, and that's a big penalty. He kicks up here to the 35-metre line. Akawola, 2 pass. And infield, you hear the crowd saying, don't lose the ball. Everybody knows the football's gold. In the championship minutes, with a 2-point lead. They go now, Teapa and Abu Hamid to Helu. Helu in a lifting tackle. They lose control there. And another big penalty with time ticking down to 2 minutes. And now a stoppage. just some control in the tackle. Things might have been able to be avoided, but now a chance to take a breath with fatigue being a big factor. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Stoppage here. Chance to reset for both teams and for the coaches to talk to their trainers. Now the referee having a chat with the touch judge, so I don't know if anything more is going to come of this, but Helu is now back to his feet. The number 8, and he's had a great game. There's Michael Helu, another one who's been in the Eels development system. A lot of these players, Fairfield Pats, as is the coach, Joshua Morgan. Now Capavilla talks with the referee. Penalty sufficient, but if you listen to the crowd, they tell you otherwise. The biggest defensive set of the game. If they hold out here, they'll probably have one chance to try and run the field to score a try. 2 minutes exactly. Football here. Infield with Tapuai. Josiah Eparte. Back to Abu Hamid. Across to Veve Fretton. And the bodies come for him and they try to peel off for a one-on-one. Veve Fretton awake. And now with Teapa straight ahead with leg speed. Almost goes all the way looking for an offload. But now bodies in. And again, looking for the one-on-one. And Fernene sells the dummy, goes for the line. And Jaira Fernene will not be denied. And Cabra is running wild at Ringrose Park. And of all places, the former Wentworthville Magpie, heartbreak in last year's grand final, cashes in for the one that will seal it all here at Ringrose Park. And Jaira Fernene from dummy half, done a job on the edge, now done a job through the middle. 24-18 with a kick to come. 50 seconds remain. The minor premiers, the Cabramatta 2 Blues, will finish the job here today and take the premiership home as well. What a game of football. What a back and forth between these two. And what a way for things to be resolved. Every part of the field delivered and then more. The pack battles have been outstanding. Class in the backs. Skill between the spine players. There's been tries, no tries, scrum plays. Anything you could hope for, controversy. And the crowd has rode absolutely every moment of this belting game of football in year 3 of the match of the round. But here comes the moment. The siren will go following the kick. All zeros on the clock. And Abu Hamid drives it home. And that's the premiership for the Cabramatta 2 Blues. 26-18. They have not tasted defeat since round 1, and they did not tonight when it mattered the most. Your minor premiers and premiers, the Cabramatta 2 Blues, in year 3 of the match of the round, delivers again. Congratulations to Josh Morgan and his troops for a fantastic season. Been an absolute pleasure to watch and deal with. And then also on the flip side to Paul Kanakis and his troops, this young team coming up an age group, which is a massive challenge, have taken all in front of them and almost did it again tonight. But you can see why so many of these players, dual sport at rugby league and rugby union, and have massive futures, as do the Cabramatta boys. But that's a massive effort by Paul Kanakis and his troops, who can hold their heads high for the season they've had playing up an age group. Both groups of players, both staffs, both teams should be extremely proud and have been an absolute pleasure to deal with. And for all our other teams and all our coaches, I've said it week in, week out, as we've moved through the final series, to all 6 teams, coaches, clubs, and all the players involved, you were absolutely brilliant. It's been another fantastic season, and it's been my privilege to call these games of football. I can't thank Parramatta Eels Junior Rugby League enough for the opportunity, and the job they do, they to provide this platform for these players and the juniors. They always put on their best football at the big moments, and they did here again tonight, both of these teams. The images you're seeing, no one better in the business than spot on recording. Brendan and Gary, no one better. Pros for a long time and keep delivering the goods and have supplied the images you've seen. A fantastic day of football, and now a great sign of sportsmanship, as it should be in rugby league, as the teams come together to form a huddle here. What a night, what a season, and what an ending again. This game was brought to you by ITF Hire, who deliver premium portable toilets, temporary fencing and A-class hoarding, backed by reliable service and competitive pricing. Trusted by builders, event organisers and projects of all sizes. ITF Hire keeps your site moving. Thanks to referees and touchies. There's not a game without them. The referee, Bailey Clark. Touch judges, Maisie MacArthur and Adam Alouche. In-goal judges were Alessio Schiavone, Samuel Al-Hathib, and the standby was Liam O'Brien. But again, to Paul Kanakis and his troops, the All Saints Toongabbie Tigers, what a season. So close, but playing up an age group, a hell of an achievement. And what a great team to watch. Remember the names you've seen here tonight. Plenty of them will go on to do big things, as will your premiers and minor premiers and winners. Joshua Morgan's team, the Cabramatta 2 Blues. Congratulations. Year 3 of the match of the round. Your winners. And they get the double done. Only defeat of the season coming in round 1. Never a loss since. And the most important one checked off the list here with the premiership. That wraps up grand final day for Saturday. More games to come and more action Sunday at Ringrose Park. But again, it's been an absolute pleasure to call the match of the round and the live stream for the under-16s this season in year 3. Hope you enjoyed this grand final. Have a great weekend, and we'll go to the presentation now. I've been Lewis Shepherd.
Thanks, guys. Can I please have the Toongabbie captain to come in and say a few words? Tony, come up and grab your medals, please. Thank you, Tony. Cabramatta, can I have your captain up to say a few words, please? First of all, I want to thank Melanie for this school and the parents for taking us to training sessions in different games and quarters. Appreciate that, mate. And Toongabbie, you guys are eating for very close to serve. You guys are very good. As well, last year with us. Last 3 years, been hell of a while, man. And the boys are actually that's it, thank you guys. Come on, get the medals, guys. Nextly, we have the player of the match. Goes to Cabramatta, number 9, Captain, the Cabramatta come forward. The 2025 under 16 Division 1 Premiers, Cabramatta.